my little tiddlywinks, and welcome back to the 12th episode of Prison Architect. Super happy, I'm glad that we've gotten to play this long. It's super cool. Absolutely love this game. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am. It's pretty nice. Nice and cool right now. Air conditioning's pumping. Nice and quiet. Cat's not being ridiculous. Doing good. Now, I was just playing a little bit, just trying to get some of this stuff finished off, and I've started upgrading some of these rooms, and you can see they're still building, you know, some of the stuff. All of these ones, like up here, these are all finished. We're probably not going to ever do anything with them, not right now at least, but got all that upgraded. We had to add another family room, because people just keep bringing their babies to prison, which is just crazy in my book, but whatever. But the one thing I did do while we were waiting was I went ahead and I got some more research done. We can get guard towers now, which is super cool. The remote access is ready to go. Something that we didn't do is that taser rollout, which we need to actually start here soon. But I also went ahead and got ourselves legal. So now we can actually hire this guy, which I did, and I had him start researching death row. I'm probably not going to be too worried about like these two, eventually the legal prep, but I went ahead and got that death row. Then he's working on this execution liability. It's a really good one to have. Make sure you get it if you do plan on having the death row stuff. It's really just to make sure that, you know, what it does is it lowers the number of appeals a prisoner gets before they're scheduled for execution without you getting in trouble. So you gotta make sure, you know, the prisoner's really, you know, guilty and all that, but we like to help things along a little bit without getting in trouble for, you know, killing an innocent, but I think we'll be okay. Usually it's not too bad. But yeah, I also went ahead and got the, like, land expansion, mostly just to show you. So each side over here, you can go ahead and buy this whole ginormous square over here. I think it's, like, the same size as this one, so it's really huge. But we don't have 80 grand, and we don't need to buy that. We also finished our education grant, so somebody actually passed that second education course, which is super cool. I'm so happy that that actually finally finished. More than likely, I mean, I don't know if there's a way to actually see who that actually was. Needless to say. Anywho, so yeah, so in here you can see, you know, we've only been getting these minimum security, and there's whole bunches of them. We haven't moved on to these, but I do want, at some point, to start getting these death row inmates, because it'd be kind of cool to get them something else that we haven't done in this game yet. Something else that I said, before I forget. So, under the programs, we have not started the guard taser rollout, so we're going to go ahead and get that going. That's pretty pricey. I think it's like, yeah, it's like $250 per session. And it takes a while to get them all through it, so you can see here... Oh, that's not even the right one. Where'd it go? There it is. So yeah, it's $100 per session. You're gonna go through, and basically it allows them to start using tasers. They can basically do this at any time, so they're just doing it like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. But what it's gonna do is... It's gonna be some of them passed. It's crazy. But yeah, what it'll allow them to do is they can actually go in here into the armory, and these guys right here look like they just did it. They'll pick up that taser equipment. It's $2 grand a piece, though. So it is a pain in the ass, because it's super duper expensive. But anyway, the other thing that we'll start doing eventually is this death row appeal. It's going to be in a parole room, I'm pretty sure. It takes like 4 hours. Each prisoner requires a visitor's table. Prisoner has to be on death row. Can hire externally, blah, blah, blah. Students sit. What? Okay. Repeatable, can be taken outside of work hours. So everybody sits down and they do their thing. Students can be escorted by guards, can only be done once every 4 days. So that's really cool. It's you know, we'll start doing that, but we don't have anybody, so it's not even worth doing, but it doesn't cost anything, so that's okay. So, death row. I was thinking of just putting death row, like, right here. Just for lack of better places. Really, we don't have to treat our death row prisoners nicely. It's just a normal cell. But we want them to, you know, go to death row. So, what we will do... I believe the actual electric chair is like a 2x2 room. So I think what we'll do is... go ahead, we're just gonna put it right here. And... 6x5? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, because it'll sit right in the middle. And then we will go ahead and just, for aesthetic's sake, we will make that 2-wide jail cell door. Now, I don't remember, does this actually turn into... Yeah, so there we go. So it's an actual room, so execution. So it has to just be indoors and have an electric chair. So once these guys finish this off, we can actually label this as execution. Zerp. Alright, and then... Just a little bit smaller, and... Now, see, there even say put remote doors on this, but I'm not too worried about that. We'll put that electric chair right there. The electric chair has to be hooked up with electricity, big surprise. So we're going to go ahead and pull this down here. And what we'll definitely do is we're going to have to add some more, and I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head how much energy will be required. So we're just going to go ahead and fill this bad boy up. Just so that there's no power problems over here. Not that this would cause any big problems, but we'll just have this because more likely we're going to add some rooms and stuff down here. This will help power some stuff that way. So yeah, so there we go. We have an execution room. We can actually, let's try it. Let's switch her on. Yeah, see, so that uses quite a bit of power. I think it's like 2 or 3 capacitors worth. So yeah, just be careful of that. So let's see here. Let's So for our prison cells, let's give them enough room for bed, toilet. I mean, we can really just do that if we wanted to. We'll just make it like that big. It's just gonna be a small cell, just enough space for them to live in, you know. Because we don't plan on, you know, really keeping them around forever. I don't want them to, you know. The whole point is bringing them here for execution, I guess, right? Sorry, I am sniffling, my allergies are murdering me, I'm allergic to things like goldenrod and stuff like that, and it's all starting to pop up right now, and it is brutal. Ugh. So yeah, there we go, we got ourselves a little cell here. What we can do is we will call this an actual, you know, cell. And the only things that we really technically need, like I said in here, is the toilet and the bed. Yeah, that's probably about all we're gonna put in there. I mean, we'll put in the heat. We're not terrible people. Okay, we'll put a radio in there for them. Why not? But yeah, now the only thing I'm gonna do before this builds the room. I mean, I also need this radiator in here. But right now, I'm going to go into the deployment. Deployment, I said. And we're going to put that as death row only. So, only death row prisoners can go into that room. So now we can actually go ahead and in our intake, now we actually have space for one. Right? Come on. Now we just don't have power and water. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up so that we can now have death row. There aren't any available right now, but that's okay. We'll get one eventually. Now the reason I put this down that it could only be filled with a death row inmate is so that only death row inmate. So that room will always stay available until there is a death row inmate. So yeah, so that's really cool. So now we got that. And I'm probably just going to build, I don't know, maybe a couple identical cells. Maybe we'll just make enough to like build this. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to give them a shower, like a communal shower. So if we do start getting some of these guys, eventually, I hope we do, you know, at some point, so I got something to show you, we'll let them do a little prison fun time in the showers. You know? I mean, these are ladies. Every straight guy's wet dream would be that, right there. You know, prison fun times in the shower. Okay. You know, grow up, people. Anyway. So there we go. And you know, I think that's a terrible stereotype, in all honesty, that's like every, you know, straight guy's wet dream is just, you know, a bunch of girls in the shower in prison, because, you know, they're gonna do something. No, come on, people, grow up. Anyway, so let's see. Can we... Okay, that room is finished. I'm not paying any attention now. Let's throw that in there. We'll give them their toilet. I mean, we really don't have to, but I guess we will, as we need to. Radiator. Boop. And again, saving. There we go. Always go in and, you know, if they're going to be designated for certain people, make sure to put that on there. Especially with the method that we're using, that fill to capacity. These rooms won't fill until there's a death row inmate available, so we've got some space. We got a couple. I'm not too worried about that yet. What we will do is we're going to go ahead and build... let's put it right here. Why not? So these are what? So that's 7 across. So I think... is that right? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 from right here. Starting here, I'm going to build that. And this will have... I don't know, we'll put a jail door on there too, I suppose. And... maybe eventually go? Yes? Maybe? No? Please? Okay. So this is going to be our shower. But we're going to make it so that it's only for those max row prisoners. Actually, let's take these 2 spaces off. So what we're actually also going to do is we're going to make a concrete wall back here. And we're going to put a staff door in between. So this is going to force, so that they can't get back in here. But all that's really going to be for is, we need some hot water to put to these radiators. And, I don't know, we could, I suppose... where even is water? Wow. We don't have any water down this way, so we're going to probably send it from over here. Which we're probably going to want to have water coming down these paths anyhow, so that we can put in some sprinkler systems. I did a little bit of work on sprinklers, but we need to fill everything up with sprinklers. And we'll run some electricity down here. And these will need some electricity. And... yeah, there we go. Need some hot water pipes to run from them. What do you think? Should we give them hot water or cold water showers? I mean, I'm thinking cold water. They're death row inmates. They don't need special treatment all that much, right? Alright, they're getting cold water. Too bad, guys. So sad. Deal with it. Alright, so objects. Again, if you're building showers, put down drains. It's super important. If you don't, it'll flood. That can cause a whole mess of problems. Shower head, there it is. So there we go. We got some simple showers, nothing crazy. Again, we need to label this room as a cell. And run. There's something kind of interesting. You could have the same pipe for both the showers and the toilets. It's magic. So, you know. So yeah, this will give us a little bit more room. If we ever want to add a couple more cells here, so we can have like four death row inmates, we will have room for 4 death row inmates. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we just really need like a 1x1 path for this. It's not, you know, or a 1 wide path. It won't be the end of the world. We'll go ahead and do that. We need to have an entrance because I'm not connecting it to that. But again, we're going to put in a jail door here. And then we'll make this whole section so that it's death row only, including this. Eventually, maybe, yes. Zoop, there we go. And then there we go. See, when you add those doors in, you can make this section. So now there you go. So this is all just for that. See, if we had put like here, this covers everything in these hallways. So there's nothing we can do there. You know, look at this, these stupid little jerks trying to escape. Ugh. Such a pain, right? They think they're gonna get out. But you can see, they work together. So, like, these guys have come together to build one pathway out. But they came up too early. Just at some point, if we start getting more money, I mean, we're almost making 10 grand a day now, which is super cool. Definitely pay attention to that, because the longer... Where is it? Finances? Yeah, I believe the longer you go days without incidents, the more money you get. You know, we're saving some money. I could spend 50 grand and boost this, so that it sounded like, you know, almost nothing, but, you know, we're doing good. We're making good money. We're getting almost 15 grand off of prisoner grants, 2 grand off the federal grants. We're shipping out almost 8 grand of exports a day, which is awesome. Absolutely cool. And we're making like 60 bucks out of the shop. You don't make a lot of money that way, but it makes your prisoners happier. So it's kind of worth doing sometimes. So there we go. We now have death row. Eventually, hopefully at some point, we will be able to get a prisoner. If we do, I will definitely bring a guys in. We can show that off a little bit, which would be neat. But for the most part, I think we've covered almost everything in this game. Other than, possibly, the only thing I can think of is the guard tower. So these cost 3 grand. So they are pricey as all hell. But you can put them, like I want to do right here, just in a corner just for a good spot. What this will allow you to do is have a sniper. Now, snipers are crazy expensive. They're like 2 grand, they cost you 500 bucks a day. But what he will do is go and sit in that guard tower, which I think I have to actually go into deployment, maybe? No, guess not. Nope, guess not. I think they just automatically will go once it's actually built, or maybe it has to be built first. He's coming, I promise. He'll... If you ever need to see what's going to get built or how far away he is, just hover your mouse over what's going to get installed and you can see how close they are. And... Come on. You can do it, little dude. Come on. That's something else I didn't tell you. I expanded this quite a bit. I added quite a few more things in here just because I didn't think these guys were all getting fed all that much. And we're still only getting up to like 87%, so that's kind of weird. I'm not sure entirely what's going on. Oh, did they not remove that, or did they find another tunnel? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, sounds like somebody just got tased. Don't see exactly where, but yeah, those tasers are really nice. They can, you know, take out the prisoners a lot faster without killing them, without getting them hurt. There we go. So yeah, you can see our cute little sniper here is now chilling. We have this option here, this free fire. If we click that, if there's anybody like outside, like say like out here, they will no longer get warning shots and they will just take a shot. So yeah, having those guys out here is pretty scary, but you know, it's a minimum security prison, so I'm not super worried about having them at all. So we might only just put a couple down, but if you're going to have like a max security where they're really trying to get out, definitely get some of these guys, put them up all over the place. I think they only have a certain amount of range, so you need to interdisperse them, but yeah. That's really one of the only other things we have left. I don't think there's any other grants. Like I said, I think the next 2 that are hidden are just more of the cell block E and F, just increasing the number. I'll probably work on that a little bit. Oh man, we just had 2 deaths? What happened? What's going on? Who died? What? Why are the doctors unconscious? What is going on here? What is going on? Oof. So they just took out the doctors. Do we have any doctors left? What is going on here? Should get some more doctors, I guess. Start fixing people up so they stop, attacking each other. Jeez. People are jerks. Wonder what actually happened for the deaths. I love when this happens. There's all these little guys just jamming around in here. So silly. Anywho, I might just get some more work done. I might just, pump these up a little bit, add some more cells over here. Maybe we'll just throw a bunch more dorms in. I mean, 8 prisoners compacted in here are probably about the same space. We'd get 10. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is nice, though, because, it's essentially the same thing as all of this. Like, each of these cells is going to be our, nice, beautiful 10 out of 10 cells. And this is 10 out of 10, too, so, I don't know. Probably going dorms to get 10 out of 10 is probably much more worth it, in all honesty, so, yeah. There's a nice tip for you. And I can hear an arcade somewhere. I think that's the one right here. Love it. Super cool. Something else that I didn't suggest is putting in cameras in here so that you can see when things are going on. Might be worth it. Probably all these rooms, like the mailroom, the shops, stuff like that would definitely be worth having. Like all these, I put them in. We'll work on that over time, I suppose. It takes a lot of work, and it can get pretty laggy when you're doing that. When these prisons start getting bigger, like utilities mode, for it to handle all these different things, it starts getting pretty laggy on the computer, so just watch out for that. If you have a lower-end computer, just maybe try and stick with a smaller jail for now. Anywho, I think I'll do some work, and I'll bring you back if anything cool happens, or, if I get close to that 200, I'll bring you back, and we'll go ahead and we'll show some cool stuff. Anyway, see you soon! And welcome back! So, the video that I originally recorded to finish this off did not save correctly. So I'm improvising. So I want to announce that I'm going to be doing Science Sundays. It's going to be a great little thing that I hope to do, that I hope you guys will really enjoy. I'm going to talk about science-y kind of things, and it'll be a lot more, hopefully, to get you guys interested in science, and to have your input. I want to be able to answer questions you guys might have, or explain some topics that you're interested in. Anything that you could ever think of. I'm not much of a chemist, I'm not much of a physicist, but I will try my best with as much as I can. So yeah, please feel free to leave some comments, get some questions going, think of some topics you're interested in and want to hear about, or things that you've just heard in the news, don't understand. It could be questions for homework, whatever you could ever imagine. And I will try and make some nice little PowerPoint presentations, and I'll try and explain some cool, crazy science to you, and you guys can really enjoy it, I hope. So, until the next video, and hopefully you'll be able to watch some Science Sunday here soon. Hint, hint, it'll probably be every Sunday. So yeah, until then, remember, have a wonderful day, and stay in trouble. Bye-bye.